Agar Agar is another setting agent that we use as an alternative to gelatine. This does come in a powdered form instead of the leaves, and actually needs boiling to activate it, whereas gelatine is deactivated if it's boiled. We use it for making jellies and gels, things like that. In this example, I've got some frozen raspberries and there's some sugar. You'll see I've added a small amount of water just to stop the raspberries from burning as they defrost. I'm going to sprinkle the powder over the top. It's very strong, and it's important to have an accurate recipe. I like to use about 1 gram of agar per litre of liquid. The liquid might be raspberries, like we see here, or fruit juice, orange juice, apple juice, something like that. And it's going to give it a slightly different set to gelatine. It's less of a clear jelly and more of a cloudy jelly, but it can be turned out and cut into small squares or cut into shapes, or as in this case we're going to puree it and make it into a gel. The gel just sort of sets a little bit nicer on a plate than coulis. And you can make these, keep them in a squeezy bottle in the fridge and pull them out for desserts. Quite a useful thing to have. So I've brought these berries to the boil, allowed them to simmer for a few seconds. It doesn't take very long, and then I'm going to strain the seeds out. And I'd be inclined to strain this even if I was setting a juice which doesn't have seeds, just in case there's any lumps of agar in there, which really aren't very nice to eat. Okay, so once I'm confident that I've got all the seeds out and I've extracted as much of the liquid as I can, I'm going to leave it to set. Another advantage with agar is that it's vegetarian. It's a vegetarian gelling agent, and whereas gelatine is from bones. Okay, so that's quite a useful thing as well. It doesn't take very long to set, sometimes half an hour depending on the volume. A larger volume will take a little bit longer. You can see it's quite like this isn't strongly set, it's quite like a rubbery texture. And when it goes into the blender it will become nice and smooth, but have a nice texture that we can put on the plate as a garnish without it running everywhere like a fruit coulis sometimes can do. Once it's been pureed, pour it into a bottle and store it quite conveniently in the fridge for a good week or so, sometimes a bit longer.